So what kind of content goes viral? So I'm going to share with you a couple of my friends that are part of the mastermind group that I run. This is Lindsay Taylor. She has over 1 million followers. She does a lot of videos about her autistic kids. She sells merch, and she makes a full-time living selling stickers. You'll see, I did an interview with her, and she's literally, she has her son draw, her son draws these little designs, and she makes them into stickers, and she makes a full-time living on TikTok selling stickers. She sells other stuff, crochet items. She's an Amazon affiliate. She's got lots of stuff going on, like most of us. But like she said, if everything else went away, stickers, just these like $5 stickers would sustain her. This is my friend Evan Kale. He's known as Pawn Man. This is one of my favorite stories. Evan worked in a pawn shop. He started making TikToks, and the owner of the pawn shop was like, "No, you're not doing that." He said, "Either shut down your TikTok account or you're fired." And he said, "I quit." And he started his own. He's not a pawn broker. He calls himself Pawn Man, but he started his own gold and silver buying and selling business. And now he's the biggest store in his town. He's now bigger than his boss's store that was in business for like 30, 40 years. He has a fantastic story. He did it all on TikTok, and he does his whole business of buying and selling gold and silver. Buy it for this price, sell it at a premium to the next person. And it's not a business for me, but for some people, they would love that kind of a business. I would buy from someone like Evan, but I don't know if I could be in the middleman in the gold and silver business. But he's really good at it, and he built his whole business on TikTok. And now people send him, they'll put their coins in an envelope, and they'll ship it to him insured, and then he'll open it on a live video, and he'll review the stuff, and he'll make an offer, and he'll either buy it or ship it back to you. And he's built an entire business on TikTok doing that. This is Nerd Loot. He does laser engraving. It's kind of a cool business where he does like custom laser engraved metal products like flasks or metal signs, that kind of stuff. And he does a lot of videos around his work. And he makes a lot of merch for the anime kind of nerd crowd. So here's just a small list of the types of people I've witnessed making TikToks that are doing really well. Doctors, lawyers, restaurant owners, creative people, graphic designers, authors, makers of things, even car salespeople, realtors, e-commerce product sellers. So I have seen just about everybody who has a business, whether it's woodworking or whatever it is, they're all selling their products through showing videos of them making the product on TikTok. So you could be watching this, and you're probably like, I know a lot of people tell me this all the time. I'm 48 years old. I'm almost 50. Like a lot of people are like, I'm too old for TikTok. And I want to, show you I want to show you a stat first. The stat I want to show you is this is the breakdown of age demographics. TikTok has over 71 million users who are 50 plus. So if you think your audience is baby boomers, there's 71 million of them on TikTok. If you think your audience is my age group, 40 to 49, there's 139 million of us, 164 million people 30 to 39, 295 million people are 20 to 29. And the largest group is the kids, 325 million, 10 to 19. Now here's the thing. Teenagers have credit cards now. They have PayPal, they have cryptocurrency. They can buy stuff sometimes more efficiently than a boomer can. So when you're trying to sell something, whatever it is that you're trying to sell, a 17-year-old can pay you easier than a 70-year-old can pay you. And that has flipped completely upside down over the past few years. I sell so many books to kids. They have gift cards, they have credit cards, they have all kinds of stuff, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Like they're just, how do you want me to pay you? I have all the money in all the different formats. So even if you think, the largest audience on TikTok can't spend money with you, you're wrong. They can, and they can do it better. I want you to meet Helen. Helen joined my group that I'm going to pitch you at the end. It's a webinar. Helen is 93 years old. And Helen's very first video is at, I think, 100 and, well, it says here 129, but I think she's at 133,000 views on her video number 1 with 0 followers. Video number 2 got 40,000 views. Helen didn't do any backflips. She didn't, she's not an acrobat. She didn't do something crazy. She just came on and said, "My name is Helen. I'm 93 years young. I'm looking forward to sharing stories with you." Viral. 7,000 followers later, she's made dozens of videos. She has a book that she sells. She's a remarkable woman, but she's 93 years old. So if you're telling me you're too old, I'm going to show you people who are killing it, who are probably older than you. And you might be thinking I'm not funny. Neither was Helen. Helen's not doing this to make comedy. I'm a comedian. I'm funny. Can you tell? But you don't need to be funny. There are people, one of my friends on TikTok is Coupon with Kayla. She has, I think she's over 2 million followers now. She shares money saving tips, couponing content. There are suicide loss survivors who are killing it on TikTok. There are artists. There are bakers. You don't have to make comedy. You don't have to make high cost entertainment. You don't need a fancy camera. I do everything with my phone. You really don't need to be, an actor or a singer or a celebrity or a comedian. Okay, so I've given you the success roadmap, showed you some different content that you can create. I'm going to show you how I monetize everything the lazy way. I make money with merch. I have T-shirts. I have posters. Like I have these. My books as posters. I do NFTs. I know that's like, oh, NFTs are so cheesy, and it's like it's kind of a fad. But I've done well with NFTs, doing digital collectibles, and I've had a lot of fun with it, and didn't really cost me anything to do it, so it was worth a try. I do downloadables. So I've done downloadable cringeworthy Father's Day cards. I do coloring books, downloadable coloring books. Like I have this one here. This is a printed coloring book. It's the Dead Babies coloring book, and you can color in the different dead babies in the book, and you can buy the downloadable coloring books on my website because people like to have the PDF printable sheets. So I do those. I do YouTube. I do TikTok. I got to update the screenshot on here. It shows 765,000. I now have 1.1 million followers. I use an app called PearPop, where they pay you to make TikToks. It's kind of cool. Check it out if you're interested. I sell autographed books. I've created 90 books. And then once you have when you have a lot of books, you can create multi-volumes. So I've done 4 of these where it's like 14 of the most terrible children's books ever written, right? And the books are in here, and you get like a big thick one for $60, right? And the books are $10 each normally. So if you bought 14, that'd be $140. Here's the multi-volume version for $60. And so I sell these, and this is the only thing. I sell these on Amazon. And that's how most of them get sold. But then I also sell autographed copies on my website, and that's the only thing and I don't sell that many where it's like, oh my God, it's a full-time job. But I do enlist my kids sometimes to stuff envelopes, and I just sign the book and I ship it to people, and I usually throw in some stickers and stuff like that. So I sell signed books, downloads, as I mentioned. Content inclusion is kind of interesting. So if you're doing low content books and you're building a bit of a fan base for what you're doing, one of the books that I did was called Murder Clowns. And I went to my audience and I said, hey, do you want to be in this book? What if I put your picture in here as like a victim on like a missing page or something like that? And people paid me $60 to put their kid or their friend or their spouse or whatever in the book on the still missing or on the murder victim's page of the Murder Clowns book. I told you what I did was weird. So, imagine how this could work for you. You include people in the book. And what's great about that is they pay you up front. They give you $60, $50, whatever, to be in the book. Then you put them in the book. If you get a few hundred people that want to have their name in the book for some reason, maybe they just want to be a donor. Maybe they just want to be a part of the book that you're creating, right? So if you're doing these like print on demand, Amazon, self-published books, you bring a whole bunch of people in, they're now part of the book, whether it's just like on the thank you page, like Kickstarter kind of stuff or whatever, or they're a character, or they're somehow integrated into the book, however you decide to do that, guess who the first people to buy your book are going to be? The people who paid to be included. So you have like hundreds of people that have paid to be included in your book, and then you launch the book on Amazon. Every one of those people are buying a copy. So you can, I usually send them a PDF copy, but everybody wants to buy a physical copy of the book that they're in. So it's kind of a cool way to kickstart a book, right? You include people in it, they pay a little money to be in the book, and then when the book comes out, they're all buying it, usually multiple copies. I do cameos. That's where and I haven't actually. I say Cameo. They invited me to their platform, but nobody has to this point paid me. So I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm killing it with Cameo. I got a Lambo from my Cameo income. I have made zero money from Cameo, but I think it's kind of a cool thing where people can pay you for like a birthday message or something like that. I just don't think I'm. I think I'm too low on the celebrity totem, or not totem pole, but celebrity ladder to get cameos. But it's a cool platform. I signed up for it. Maybe one day someone will pay me to make a birthday wish message or whatever. Email list. I do really well with the email list. I do giveaways. And a lot of the giveaways I do are just to build a list as well. But I send out a lot of free stuff to people who win. And I use a cool platform for that. I'll talk about in a second. And of course, most of Alice and Yusuf mentioned this at the beginning. Most of you are doing low content books. So what I'm about to tell you here, I'm just going to go over this quickly because you already know it costs no money to put a book up on Amazon KDP, and and I don't know how many of you are doing Kindle and how many of you are doing print, but I'll tell you, for me, I don't do any Kindle. I don't do a single book on Kindle. I tried it. I got a lot of refunds and I shut it down. And by selling only paperback copies of my books, I don't get refunds because Amazon, I don't know if you know this or not, this is kind of an interesting thing.